everyone, so as you can see, our paint job's done and our detailing on that's good, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty happy about it. I'm going to be coming in and adding some extra little pieces and props to them, some moss here and there, changing their clothes up. But alright everyone, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get these tiaras off, and I'll be right back with you. Woo! Alright everyone, so now that we've got them all painted up and good to go, and it's finally a warm enough day to spray them, we can go ahead and break out the spray finish. Now you have to have this on acrylic paints so that way they don't chip off or crack, and acrylic has a bad way of like not holding up. So this makes sure it does. Now the issue with this is whatever I spray this on kind of gives it like a cloudy effect if it's like a clear underneath it. So like these eyeballs that I left without any paint, they'll get hazed over if I hit them with this. So I'm going to instead cheat just a little bit, and I'm going to use these two brushes to put it onto the dolls themselves. Now I don't have a lot of surface here to put it onto. That's the only reason I'm doing it like this. Normally if you were going to be looking at like a larger aspect of a project, you know, something you had to do a lot of space with, I'd recommend just going ahead and getting like a paintable acrylic finish instead. But in this case, I'm just going to use this. But alright everyone, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this. Give it a little thick. Oh yeah, that works. That works good. I could have used the varnish, I guess. But to me, the varnish just didn't seem like a good idea. The difficulty of this will be making sure I get it all. That worked. Alright everyone, so now that we have our acrylic paints all sealed in and good to go and they're not going anywhere, we are now ready to go ahead and start looking at some of the exterior aesthetics of this doll. Now one of the dolls already has a dress. I have it dyed black. All I have to do is just safety pin it back onto it and it's good. I might add a little bit here and there, but that's going to be the clothes for one. However, the other doll, this doll in particular, did not come with any clothes. This is exactly as she came. So what I'm going to be doing is attempting to make some doll clothes for the first time in my life. And I'm going to be doing it with this. This is a 3-pack of creepy cloth, and it comes with 3 colors: black, green, and gray. Now, at this point, I'm sure you're wondering, well, what made you buy Big Lots and why this 3-pack? Well, the answer is simple. I got this from a yard sale for, the sticker still on it, $1.
Dollar make me holler, honey boo boo.
$1 is what I paid for this 3-pack here. And it is a lot of creepy cloth for just $1. It retailed for $8, but I think we're going to get really good use out of it. So my plan here is to take this, I'm going to take the green, the black, and the gray, and I'm going to basically just lay them over each other, and I'm going to create a strip, and it's going to go right underneath her arms. Not close enough up to where the mechanisms get caught in it, but just down below. And that's going to cover her from basically right here all the way down to about her ankles. And I'm going to do that first, safety pin it up. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take strips of it and cut holes in it for the head, and I'm just going to slide them over. And basically I'm just going to do this until I'm able to make a good top for her. And that way you can't see any of this foam that's on it. After that, I'm going to come in with cut strips, thinner strips, and I'm just going to wrap them up around the arms. That way I'm not doing anything to the mechanism of it. I'm just simply covering up the foam. So that's all we want to do here. And I think it'll work out pretty good. If it doesn't, like I'm talking about now, then I'll make a little side note here and there about what changed. But all right, everyone, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, everyone, so we have a chunk of creepy cloth now on this doll. And basically all I've done is, this is actually the same stuff that's on the dress now. All I've done is taken the black creepy cloth and sandwiched it in with the green creepy cloth. And basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to add some rips to this. That way you can see the green through it a little bit better. It'll give it a little bit of a mix of color. But basically all I did was I took it and I just doubled it up, and this is it. You can kind of see that it's a little bit transparent. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and I'm going to just add some tethers to it. Just kind of make it look a little bit more rugged. Right now I know it looks like she's kind of just wearing a robe. But alright, everyone, so let's go ahead and get that piece added to it, and then we'll start working on the arms. Alright, everyone, so as you can see, this little piece right here, the top piece, went on really well. Like I said, I'm going to come through and do a little bit of tethering to it. Might even add a little bit of different color here and there. But other than that, what you're seeing here is pretty much the dress coming to life. So far so good. Everything's looking good. For someone who doesn't make doll clothes, I think I'm doing pretty alright. So alright, everyone, so let me get back to you in just a moment. I'm just going to go ahead and strip out some pieces for these arms, and I'll be right back to you. Alright, everyone, so as you can see, we now have her basically completely covered up. No more of her foam is really easily seen, especially when she's going to be in the dark environment that she's going to be in. You're not going to really be able to see any of that. I am going to come through here and I'm going to make it a little bit more tethered than it looking more like a solid piece. But other than that, what you're seeing here is about what it's going to be looking like. Now, the only question I have from here is, does she work with all the creepy cloth on her? Well, let's find out. Alright, so as you can see, she is working without any issue while dressed. But alright, everyone, so without further ado, I'll be talking to you here in just a moment. We'll be focusing on the next one. Alright, everyone, so now that we have our one doll done with our homemade dress, we're now going to reattach this dress to this doll. As you can see, after this dress dried, it turned out very nice, very pretty. And it looks really good and stayed together very well. So the dyeing process went really good. But alright, everyone, so let's go ahead and get down to it. Alright, everyone, so as you can see, we were able to get the dress back onto her. Now, I must admit, the dress definitely didn't go on as evenly as I liked it to. But I guess, what can you really expect from a dress that has hot glue and has been cut in more than just in half? So for what it is, she looks pretty good. She's going to definitely have a good appeal in the front. And something about this that I really like is I'm keeping it as original as possible. You know, this is the actual dress that she came with. And she's probably kept this same dress since she's been owned by anyone. So I really appreciate being able to keep that. And now we're going to be moving into the next steps of this process, which is going to be doing some finer detail work to these outfits. And we're going to come in with some moss. This is pretty cheap. I got this from Dollar General, Dollar Tree, sorry. And it's just a little pack of it, $1.25. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to do some hot glue to it and just kind of put it on little certain places. We also got a couple other little things I'm going to be doing to them, but I'll be showing you all that here in just a minute. Boo! officially come to a good point in these builds. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing. I was thinking for a minute there I would do something with the hair, but now the more I think about it, the more I don't want to. However, I am going to be adding a tiara to it. Now, as you all saw, this is what came off of them, the original tiara. And they are wrapped with a green fabric, a bunch of hot glue, and some pretty cheap looking fake flowers. So those, in my opinion, aren't really salvageable. So then I was like, well, I'll go ahead and just throw a sash up there. And then the more I kind of laid it on them and looked at it, the more it didn't look right. So I figured I'd just go ahead and make something similar to that and get it on top of their heads. So what I did was, I made some little metal hooks and rings, basically, which is just going to sit right on top of their little heads here once I get the sash made. And I'll probably end up hot gluing it in, considering how much has already been put on them. But this will be their shawl. So it'll really just kind of come over the back of their head. And of course, it could be flipped to the front, but I don't want to put it in the front because then it will cover up that marvelous face we have. So it's just going to be something to sit down on top of their head. This shawl I have right here, I got it for $1 from an estate sale. So you really can't beat it. What I'm going to do is I'm basically going to try to do this kind of like a curtain if you've ever messed with one of those. I'm going to try to fold this over onto itself and make a loop on the inside of it. And I'm going to come in with some hot glue and I'm going to make it to where it has a way to feed it through onto these. Once it's fed on there, I can then cut it where it's fully on and just point A to point B. And then I'm just going to sit it on top of their heads and glue it on. So that way then you don't have to worry about it going away. But alright everyone, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright everyone, so just to show you, fortunate enough for me, there's actually already a built-in way for me to slide this onto my rings. So no hot glue needed. Just wanted to make sure I gave you that little bit of an update. Alright everyone, so here is the veil made out of these spare pieces that I had. And as you can see here, everything kind of turned out really well with it. All I did was hot glue the ends of it, cut it out to size, and here it is. So now all we gotta do is just fix it to her head, and that will be that. So I'll be talking back to you once I get the other one done. Alright everyone, so that is going to be it for the creepy doll builds. This was a first time experience for me. I've never done anything like this. It's where I'm working with a antique, vintage decoration that had nothing to do with Halloween and turning it into one. Now, I have had some experience with some antique stuff and repairing them, but this is definitely a first. And I have to say, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. But alright everyone, so definitely let me know how you think I did in the comments below. Let me know what you'd have done different. If you enjoy this kind of content, definitely let me know, and we will try our best to do some more for you like it. Without further ado, this is going to be it for this one, everyone. Make sure you watch out for other episodes and our other craft episodes. They're all great. And we'll be talking back to you here later.